Okay, so I don't have a video idea, and today's one of those days where I just feel like I can't even be bothered. Like I just don't it's just like fuck it. Who the fuck cares? So I came up with the idea. I'm just gonna Google video ideas for YouTube, and whatever comes up, I'm just gonna start talking about it. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a good video. Oh fuck! All right.
And it all dissolves.
Video topics for YouTube. General first YouTube video ideas. Introduce yourself. Who are you? Fuck that. Number 2, make a response video. Did another YouTuber make an opinion video? I don't care. I can't be bothered. It says start a vlog. Vlogs are popular. Cool. Everybody's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Fuck you. An opinion video. A challenge video. Did someone do the cinnamon challenge? What, is this what YouTube's come down to? Review something. Those days are long gone. What's on my phone? Favorite songs. Man, what the fuck? What happened to YouTube? I feel like it's the same shit for everybody. You talk about yourself and how cool you are, or how many problems you have, or your phenobutaper, for example. I don't know. YouTube, it's the same formula. The only real things I get out of YouTube these days are probably the comedic skits. The ones that are better than SNL, which isn't saying much, let's be serious these days. And that's like it. Like I'm bored. I'm bored of YouTube. It's the same cutscenes, show past something. It's like a Family Guy episode, but in real life. And it's like quick. It's like you can't even look away or you're gonna miss something. Or it's some really opinionated piece to the point where it's like it divides its audience and everybody's in the comment section yelling at each other. Or it's some cringy TikTok reaction video. I wanna find something new to do. And I feel like everything's been done already. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I feel like you don't always have to be unique and set yourself apart, but shit, man. It's the same formula. The same 10 types of videos on YouTube. And it's pretty redundant. I'm kind of bored. I'm bored of my own material. That should say something. Like I'm so bored of it that going back and just having to edit my videos is such a chore because they're so boring to me. I'm boring myself. I yawn just trying to edit my own videos. It's time for another change. This phenobut thing's almost up. I don't know, I saw in the comment section someone said, why don't you go around and just start talking to people on the street? And I thought about it and I was like, man, weak little me going around, walking around the street, I'd get mugged in a second, probably get my camera taken, beat up. I don't know, that would be fun though. Maybe I could do it in like a rich suburb or something, but I don't know. Shit's gotten stale on here. It's reaction videos. It's just the same shit. Actually, fuck it. I know a story. It's a fictional story, so I thought I could just share it with you guys. Today when I was at work, I was doing, I got to work and we started passing out breakfast trays. And then I ended up doing finishing touches, where you go around with a warm, wet washcloth and clean off the residents' hands on second floor. And second floor is mainly for people who are less independent and need help and have Alzheimer's and dementia and all that. So I'm going around and I'm wiping their hands and, same old shit. And I kind of realized, like, man, I'm starting to get a headache. And usually I have the spray bottle. Well, I have 2 spray bottles. I have one spray bottle that you spray in your mouth, and it's CBD, and it kind of calms me down and centers me, and I can kind of just relax when I'm stressed and anxious, especially coming off this taper. And do you need something, Darwin? So yeah, there's that bottle. And then there's a spray bottle with a high amount of THC spray that you can spray into your mouth. And I was in a rush this morning, and they kind of look similar. And I ended up bringing the THC bottle. And so right before lunchtime, I ended up being like, fuck it, I'm just going to take 3 squirts of it in my mouth. And it usually doesn't, it takes a little bit to kick in. So I'm like, whatever. By the end of lunch, I'll be relaxed and I won't be as stressed. Because After lunch, we have happy hour, which is like a ton of residents and family members, and we're delivering drinks, and we're doing popcorn, and there's live music. And then after that, we got to do horseshoes with the residents, get all the residents to and from every activity, and then charting. My boss is still there, my coworker. So yeah, I accidentally sprayed the THC spray into my mouth, and I noticed right away. I was like, yeah, that was weed spray. That was definitely weed. And you know, I've done it before. I've done one, and I'm fucking toasted, and I'm good for the rest of the night. I did 3. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I should probably stop being so careless with stuff in general. So after lunch, you know, I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm just kind of vaping like a, you know, millennial douchebag that I am, and I'm going through YouTube videos. And all of a sudden I feel like, oh my God, what time is it? And I thought like an hour had gone by, and I'm late for happy hour. But it had been like 15 minutes, and I kind of look up from my screen in my car, and I look in the mirror, and my eyes are bloodshot, and I'm high as fuck. High as fuck, to a point where I'm like, this isn't okay. All of a sudden it all came to me, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to do happy hour. I'm gonna have to talk to family members. I might have to do a care conference. I'm gonna have to chart. I'm working with my boss during happy hour. And then after that, I'm gonna have to work with a volunteer to do horseshoes, and she might know. And at that point, I don't know about you guys, but when you get too high, you think that everybody knows you're high. Everybody. So I gotta try and play it cool, which is stressing me out even more, because it's like I want to be my normal kind of cynical, sarcastic self. That's like what the residents like. They like me because I'm not like the aides and some of the nurses and stuff will go up to the residents and be like, "Hi Susan, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, did you finish your breakfast?" Whereas me, I go up and treat them like a fucking normal human being, and not like some little puppy that just is learning to walk. So I'm just like, "Susan, what's going on? You gonna finish your food, or you just gonna let it rot there on your plate?" Which they usually get a kick out of. It's like, just treat them like fucking humans. That's besides the point. I'm trying to do that, but also I'm saying that to them, and I'm cracking myself up. I'm like dying from laughter because of how funny I think I am. And it's, you know, what started out to be as, oh my God, I'm terrified, this sucks, I'm taking care of vulnerable adults right now, and I'm just stoned off my ass, then turned into me and the residents laughing together, and everything was good, and no one knew, as far as I know, because luckily I had eye drops in my car from like a year ago, 2 years ago. But I had to, even if you have eye drops in and your eyes aren't red, your eyelids are still heavy, and you look like you're Asian, and it's just, you know. So I had to like force them open like this, like, yeah, I'm wide awake, everything's fine, I'm super sober. Not the case. I don't know if you guys have ever had to deal with that, but being around residents when you're super stoned, it's weird. It almost feels like they're super stoned also. So when you're talking to them, it's like you're on the same level, and you can just bullshit with them. And I start noticing different things with when I was talking to them when I was high. And keep in mind, I would never do this on purpose. This is the first time this has ever happened, and by accident especially. I would never do this on purpose. I care way too much about my job to ever let this happen again. It was just some careless mistake. But when you're talking to them though, it's like the funniest thing, because you notice certain mannerisms that you didn't notice when you were sober. For example, I noticed that 2 Alzheimer's patients who are pretty with it, you can have a steady conversation with them and everything's good, but probably 10 or 15 seconds later they start repeating themselves and together, and one will be sitting at a table and another one will go sit next to them, and they'll jokingly be like, "Hey, do I know you?" Or no, they'll be like, "Hey, what's your name again?" Like joking. And they'll both start laughing, but deep down they both don't even really know each other's names, but they just know that they're familiar with their faces. I don't know, working at a nursing home, sober or not, is the biggest trip, especially when you're accidentally too high. After 5 years, almost 5 years now there, it's kind of worn off, which sucks. It loses its novelty, and you kind of don't see those subtle gestures and jokes and stuff, and you don't value it as much. It's kind of like a callus where it's just like, yeah, that's them, and you don't take time to be in the present because you're always thinking about the next activity and this and that. And this kind of just like, even though I was scared shitless, it kind of centered me and helped me focus more on the resident and actually listen. Instead of just acknowledge that they're talking and hearing them, I was actually listening. And they have a lot of good insight. And I always knew they did, but when you're stoned and your senses are heightened and you can hear every tone in their voice and their inflection, it's like a different type of thing. But I will never do that again. Way too risky. Plus it's just dangerous. Like being under the influence of anything, working with vulnerable adults is just so stupid. But I ended up telling my coworker at the end of the day, and she made me feel so much better because she was like, you were high for like 4 hours after lunch? I didn't even notice. Thank God, because I thought for sure every time I walked down the hall, I'm like looking at the ground or saying like my one-liners to residents, and I thought for sure everybody was just looking through my soul and being like, that motherfucker is so high right now. And really, no one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck. And I feel like that goes for the most part. If you can just keep your composure a little bit, even if you're acting a little goofy, you might just be in a goofy mood. It is what it is. Definitely not my proudest moment, but that's the video for today. There's my video idea. Where was that, Google? Why didn't that pop up right away? Instead of like sharing your opinion, do a reaction video, do a vlog, do this, do that. It never in here said, why don't you share the time you got really high by accident working at a nursing home with vulnerable adults? It's like, Jesus, Google, step up your YouTube video idea game. It's fucking bullshit. I want some shit that people might laugh at. Like my stupid ass taking the THC spray instead of the CBD spray. Dumb. 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 You know what I think I'm gonna do right now? I might go outside and go tanning and just lay out in the grass. Oh wait, no, I can't because it's fucking bullshit outside. I don't know, I showed you this already, but this is fucking bullshit. It's snowing again. Fucking die. Ooh, I'm getting so pissed. Darwin, how pissed are you? Darwin. 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 I'm just gonna keep doing it. Darwin. 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 God, you are the worst YouTube wingman ever. Oh, you're cancer.
Come on, baby, throw me a bone. I'll sing you a song, never leave me alone. And I promise if you take me home, I'll sing you a song, never leave me alone. Say, come on, baby, throw me a bone. I'll sing you a song, never leave me alone. I'ma tell you something about me. That's my favorite subject. I don't know if you picked up on that yet or not. I never said I had a business mind. I just don't believe that quitting time exists. Ain't no finish line to this. You gotta give me mine, I really shine. My given time is this. Live and die with the grind, driven by the fist. Where do you place my name if I never played your game? We don't race the same. I don't run inside no painted lane. Plus y'all pace is strange. Y'all either stop or you sprint. Run when it's sunny and hot if it changed the rain. I wouldn't be half the Ali that I am if I slowed myself up and tried competing with these people, fam. I'm every bit as unconcerned as they are unprepared. Market flooded, needless to say, I wasn't scared. This all dropped the same day, I don't fucking care. Put listening stations in the store and let the public hear. Better yet, let's have an in-store performance. Make it oranges to oranges, me dwarfing your endurance. After that, we'll shoot the shit with our supporters and see how many more discs of yours the indie stores order. See, you already know I out-rap them. On the low, we outwork, outthink, and outclass